Okay, so grade 7 and 8s. This is your lesson today. It's very, very similar to yesterday's work, so I'm just going to talk it through. And obviously, the teacher who's in the classroom with you right now, he will or she will be able to go through this in more detail if you have any questions. So yesterday, the homework that I showed you was solving equations using subtraction. Today, we're using addition to solve. Now, what the difference is that today, the questions that you're going to see have subtraction, and we want to neutralize that to zero. The whole point of this is that we want to get x alone, okay? When we have x equals something, that's our answer. And when it's x minus something equals something, it's not finished yet. We have to get x by itself. That's the mission. That's what we're trying to do. So in order to neutralize this minus 4 to make x 0, we have to put the plus 4 beside it because minus 4 plus 4 add up to a big fat 0, which is what we want, okay? So that the x is by itself. So when I'm looking at this example over here, where it has x minus 9 equals 12, what we do, look how the equal sign is lined up down the page. This is what you need to do, okay? So you got to shift your work to the left a bit here to make room for this plus 9 that you're going to be adding on the left and on the right. You have to put them on both sides, okay? It's really important. Then it goes on both sides. And if you're like, well, what do I do? Do I do the 12 or do the 9? Which one should I pick? Well, you're picking the one that's beside the variable, okay? So in this case, we have this minus 9 beside the variable. So it's 9 that I want to add to both sides in order to get rid of that to make x be by itself. See what's alone here? That's what we want. Okay, so the minus 9, the plus 9, those cancel each other out. That just leaves me x by itself. And then I just do the math on this side to figure out my final answer. And that's how I'm done. Okay, so it's going to be 3 lines of math for each and every single one of these questions. Now, if you take a look at 1 to 6, it just says which number would you add to both sides to the equation. Actually, I just want you to solve it, okay? Just do this like it's real proper work. So you're going to do questions 1 to 6, and it's going to be 3 lines of math per question. And then you're going to do 7 to 24, and then we're going to call it a day, okay? So you got to do 1 to 24. And all of these questions in here are going to be solved using those 3 lines of math, okay? If you take a look at the answers that I provided to last night's homework, really, really model your work carefully after that, okay? Leave that blank space around each question, line up the equal sign, have those 3 lines of math. And if you want to highlight or underline, as they did here, the plus 9, which is the thing that's changing in the middle line, you go right ahead and underline it or highlight it or do something to that to make it clear in your mind that's what you're doing in that middle line so that it all works out and makes sense, okay? So you don't need to do question 25 to 32, you just need to do to 24, and then that is it, okay? If you're finished the math early and you're like, what do I do until the end of the day, until lunch, then you get started on some more of that language, all right, guys? All right, I am going to try to click the done button. It's going to take me a second to figure this out. I click it again. It doesn't want to listen to me. Seriously. Okay, here we go. So goodbye and have a pleasant day.